August 18th, 1942. The boats of the Mosquito Fleet swarm the Japanese positions, draining them of vital supplies and gaining a strong foothold in the region. Under the strong leadership of her new skipper, Captain Hansen, PT-72, once a vessel of half-baked schoolboys, emerges as a beacon of resilience. Many ships have seen their doom in the frothing wake of our sweet-singing lady, and recognizing their outstanding work, Fleet has given the boys requisition to experiment with a range of weapons, transforming this diminutive boat into a power-packing mama. Weapons like the fearsome 40mm Bofors, a weapon so potent that the Japanese fear its very name, and the quad 20mm autocannon, which the boys call the Meat Chopper, an experimental weapon capable of shredding Japanese air wings. In response to US gains, the Japanese have deployed a powerful destroyer squadron, a formidable force for the Mosquito Fleet, but nothing our heroes can't handle. The crew, once as green as the surrounding islands, now seek to prove that they are actually wolves of the waves. Would you like to know more? Subscribe to the channel and tune your wireless in every day for more news from the Pacific.
Ahoy there, welcome back to Boat Crew. While we have the initiative, we're just going to keep pushing with this campaign. Things are going really well and I'm appreciating the support you guys are giving. We have reached a point where we've got a fairly substantial budget and we've just gone ahead and just whacked on a Bofors. You can never go wrong with 40mm Bofors. Now it'll be interesting to see how the crew manage it. We haven't used a Bofors before, I don't know how it operates in battle. But we're just going to scream north here to the nearest Japanese position and continue our raiding parties. We were very profitable raiding up all of the local bases and creating a real breakthrough. We defended Malappa from a very sustained siege and there was a lot of supplies recovered from that area. Okay, here we are coming into the base. So at the moment we're still running 4 gunners, 2 loaders, a medic and an engineer. Got the EXO on the Bofors, but as you can see down the bottom we are missing a man because it is a 2-seat weapon. One for traversing and one for elevating. And so we either have to create a new gunner or we have to pull the man from the mortar onto the gunner station of the Bofors. So if we make this fellow here, yeah, so the EXO is on the Bofors. We've got 2 loaders. We make the second loader on the Bofors too. This guy is going to struggle, so we'll get the medic here to help loading as well because he's got some gunnery skills. And if we take crew damage, we'll adapt then. We'll also just keep the engineer to keep an eye on the boat because I'm pretty slow to react to actual damage. I tend to concentrate more on handling the boat and then realize it's too late that we have serious damage control issues. Fortunately, a couple of times, or last video, we managed to beach ourselves up on a home port just as the Japanese Zeros destroyed our hull, and that was very lucky because I feel like we would have sunk if we hadn't have done that. So if you take to the waves, boys in your PT boats, keep that in mind as a tactic. Beach yourself to save the boat if you can. We're going to take out all of the watch positions and then I'm just going to scream in here and shoot everyone up with our brand new gun. Just to see how powerful it is. Scattering the shots out here. We've got the 2 loaders, keeping the mortar fed. Having the ammunition on the foredeck is a great change. It's kept the loader cycling through the rounds through the initial engagement. They chew through it very quickly. We've used 9 canisters of ammunition already just for that barrage. So at some stage we'll also have to increase our ammunition capacity. But it really depends on how quickly the Bofors uses it. This 40mm may chew through ammunition like no one's business. We'll soon see. We're going to creep up. We took out all the watch positions, so hopefully they won't see us until we're right in firing range. I don't know if that is actually a thing, but I've just made it part of our doctrine, is to take out the watchtowers. That's what I would do in real life. Get rid of the coastal spotters. There you go. So it was up to the AA position to let everyone know we were there, and it wasn't until he was under fire Alright, we've had the Bofors. She's opened up. Only 3 rounds. I didn't get to see what they were doing. I was too busy dodging fire. I was hoping to stay out further out of range, but they don't seem to be able to shoot from that close, or we can't target them from far away. So I guess you've got to scream in, target them, and then just absolutely smash them up. Look at that. 6 shots, it takes down an AA position. That's really good. That's one magazine. I'm not going to lie, it feels pretty good to have some decent firepower. We're putting out just as much as we're receiving. And that's always a good relationship. We took a fair bit of damage, but it's only cosmetic. Engineer will get on that. Floyd took some injury. Floyd is one of our gunners. Yeah, that was really good. And that was a medium base, I think. I didn't actually look, I was too busy rushing in. Bring the boat back to Savo and head out to Pavuvu. Alright, so this is our statistics. Victory point income rate is negative 2.9, so we need to take more ground. But our RP income rate of 658 is pretty good, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to set up a supply line so that if we do lose the boat and we have to bring back the Elko, because that is our plan if we lose the Higgins, then we won't be strapped for cash. We don't want to have to start again, budget-wise. You do lose 40% of your boat's value when you die. And we don't want that. We've spotted a convoy transiting past Pavuvu. We'll turn on the radar for a sec just to see what it is. We've got no indication of how many vessels, so we'll head out to chase them once we've scouted Pavuvu. Alright, scouted up. Fairly strong. We've raided there a couple of times, but it hasn't made an impact. Mainly because we were sinking submarines, I believe. Alright, it's a weak convoy. It may just be a tanker and its escort. It is, a coastal and 2 motor torpedo boats. A fair distance away. Looks like the torpedo boats are broken off from the tanker to intercept us. I'm almost tempted to run in there and shoot the tanker, but I do know that they have lots of 25mm autocannons, and they do light you up. So we will stick to our usual doctrine. It is sad to not see our squadron boat there off the port side. It was very useful in the early days when we didn't have much firepower, and I'm glad that I spent the money on that boat. I am sad that we lost it to the Japanese air wing just outside of Tulagi, I believe it was. But once we really get the budget rolling, we can bring in up to 5 other boats, and that will make us our own little actual squadron. And at that point, I don't think there'll be much besides large warships that would be able to contest us. But I haven't seen how fortified the Japanese are further north. The bases may be even crazier. We've only seen medium base defenses at the moment. And in a way, we are kind of reaching our power level max. We can put a double barrel Bofors on the back and better torpedoes. But in terms of weight of firepower, this is getting close to what we're going to have. We can still upgrade the AA guns to be M2 50 cals, which is also a priority, but at the moment it's pretty expensive. I think it's like an extra 2,000 requisition per gun. And having a decent primary weapon was way more important. And you can see just how casually we killed those torpedo boats. I didn't even acknowledge their presence. The Bofors just deleting them from the sea. And our skipper, Aura Hansen, is very experienced now. And this boat is a dream to control. Even at full ahead, we were able to dodge and weave quite efficiently. And so these guys they better just start getting in the lifeboats because we've got a good run on them. Well, that was a bit of splash damage there. Remembering that when you turn away from fire, you often expose your stern because of the way that boats maneuver. They don't turn like a car. fish away. I think that's a really good one. We'll just keep it one torpedo. We'll circle him like a piranha. Well, piranhas don't really circle, I guess. They swarm, but we will swarm one day. We'll circle him like a shark for now. And when we have the squadron, then we will be piranhas. Mosquito fleet will probably be a little bit of an understatement. Now we've scouted Pavuvu, but I won't assault it yet. They're fairly isolated, and they will be really easy to capture. Like if we take any substantial damage, it's a short run back to Savo. Yeah, that'll be fine. So let's go up to Cedu, and I would like to try and start assaulting bases in these islands here to the north. We'll scout this one up and see if we can find any targets of opportunity. Radar off, or we alert them. When you're in open water, feel free to use the radar all the time. And then when you spot a target, turn it off and intercept them. But the radar will raise your alert level if you're in contact with the enemy. Okay, this one is also a medium base. Let's have a look and see if there's anything in the harbour. We've got a coastal tanker. Pretty much using the same method as before. It's going to bombard these guys. We've just got to collect our supplies from the cargo ship. Take out the watchtowers. They already know we're here, that's alright. But this is just because they're the easiest things to kill. We'll run in there, grab our supplies, and then we'll start shooting them up with all of our weapons. But we're pretty much able to take a medium base by ourselves now. That's pleasing. And I do quite like that you can see the enemy shots on the mortar screen. So it makes it a bit easier to dodge them. Alright. Mortar's finished. Used up 14 cans of ammunition. Let's start shooting. We do need to have the other guy on the boat. To the rear of the boat. To get onto the Bofors. Where are you at, buddy? Mortarman to the front. From the front to the stern. Get on that gun. Keep turning. Bit of multitasking going on there. Collecting up all this reputation or resources or whatever you want to call them. Roleplay points. Big cannon thumping away. It's so good that it's one magazine to kill an AA position. Sort of count how many times you've got to shoot them. The limiting factor here being that we can't get in range, so we've got to get around their shots, around this pier. Try not to ram the boat. We're just going to charge straight up the beach. Our weight of firepower is substantial now. Just run up the beach, get the gun firing. Yeah, we've got to use up all the ammunition, and that's a base done. Oh, we just lost a man overboard. Better head back for them. This is why the guys that walk around the boats have on the life vests. We'll just finish up this last position and then we'll go back and pick up our man. Alright, where is he at? Where are you, sir? Can't see his head in the white water. There he is, coming off the port bow. Move up. Excellent stuff. Alright, let's head out. Congratulations, another mission complete. So we've come back to base. I spent about 20 minutes just exploring around the waterways using the radar, trying to find fleets. Believe it or not, I didn't find anything. We almost ran out of fuel, which was interesting. But we got back and I realized that there is a range indicator that tells you how far you've got to go until you're empty. We've got a fair bit of requisition to spend, so we're going to chuck on the meat chopper. Alright boys, where's me chopper? Let's do it. 4 barrels of fun. 2,000 rounds per minute. Are we going to have enough ammunition? Probably not. Do we have enough to upgrade? No, we know we need enough for the 50 cal. And we don't have enough to bring more ammunition with us. Now, I did like the Bofors, but I just want to experiment with this thing. It's a mean-looking thing. They have a version of that weapon in War Thunder. And I think it's the Thunderbolt PT boat. But I could be wrong. Alright, ooh. An invasion of Bologna. And that is a long way away from our position. That's a pretty strong fight. We did stop here and raid this, but it was an uneventful raid, so... Ooh, there's a tanker there. You know what that means? It's time to chop! We're going to get the chopper out. We're going to chop. Some Japanese. We've got a big fleet with us. So, like usual when we're experimenting with a brand new weapon, we have some safety in the form of a tender to replenish our ammunition and to keep us safe. There's the coastal tanker. Fair distance away. We've got a straight line to him with a torpedo strike, but we don't want to launch while the fleet's crossing our bow. Although we could thread one through here once between these ships and the tender. Yeah, we'll thread it through. It's fast enough, I think. The Mark 13 torpedo. Start shelling these moored boats. And let's have a look and see how our torpedo goes. Running straight and true. Looks like it's going to cut in front of the tender, so we're okay. But it looks like the cargo ship may have already been destroyed. Yeah, it has. So we didn't really need to fire that fish, but we can replace it from the boat nearby. Start putting some fire on there until we get close enough to use the chopper. Although we'll probably go and pick up our supplies first. That would be the prudent thing to do. I have a feeling that this thing's going to be brutally effective against aircraft. We were intercepted by one squadron of Zeros, and the Bofors one shot at every Zero we fought. But there was only 2. Going forward in the campaign, I'll try to keep the videos interesting. I won't show every single assault that we do, because I believe that it might get a bit tedious in that respect, and I do want to keep the campaign fresh. This is a trial campaign, so I'm assuming there is a lot more to come. The developers may have a lot more ideas on what they want to implement. I've seen a few comments saying that people would like to see, for instance, the Catalinas as call-in support to help find lost crew. Because lost crew was an issue in our early part of the campaign. We left a couple of blokes behind at Savo, I think it was, or Pavuvu. They fell overboard and we couldn't pick them up. Just skirting down these last 2 positions of this island, and the Japanese are on the run. Let's stop in here and have a look at, see what's at port. Just a moderate base defense, but I think we might fight them. We didn't really get to see how well the chopper does. We were having to share all the glory with the rest of the invasion fleet. So we'll just zoom ahead, flank ahead. Ora Hansen is now a 5-star captain. Is that the maximum level? It might be. He really gained experience fast. Arthur Hickman and Leo Maitland, our faithful gunners. I believe they've been in the boat for quite a while now. Part of the surviving crew from the half-baked boys from the earlier stages of the campaign. Standard mortar doctrine that we've developed is to take out the observation towers first. I'm yet to make use of the smoke shells. If you press F, you can change to smoke shells, which I am excited to make use of. Smoke is invaluable to a PT boat, especially on open water against a large warship. And I think you would be silly not to bring the mortar simply because of the smoke shells. I would like to see the ability to add this a smoke generator to your boat as equipment. As well as weaponry, I'd like to see changes to equipment. You know, that'd be great. Maybe have to get to a point where you install the radar on the boat instead of having it from the start. Also a man overboard alert. I think I've mentioned that before. It would be great. But then again, that might be by design as well. Maybe your crew level, maybe your XO has to have a high enough crew level to notice if someone goes overboard. I'm just going to thread our way through here around the pier. The meat chopper did a great job. Like, I've had to worry less and less about actually fighting, and I can concentrate more on commentating. And it looks like it has about the same amount of ammunition per magazine as the rest of our weaponry, so that will keep it reloads probably nice and even. Got to get nice and close to target them though. Our vision is not very far. Here we go. We can target him up. It fires at better angles than the Bofors did. But maybe that needs to be addressed as well. Firing those 20s over the bridge. Helmsman. He'd be deaf. Oh, we just lost somebody. Who was it? Who was it? I think that was the XO. Remembering that our XO is not an officer. He's an enlisted sailor. There we go. He's back on board. We can't afford to lose anyone. We have a few reserves. But this is all we've got. We've got the next wave of reinforcements in 3 days and 16 hours. But after the hard lessons of the early stages of the fight, we're going to try and avoid losing men. Oh, there's a big fight going down. A 55 fleet strength against Bologna. And it says there's 56 landing craft and some kind of large vessel. Let's stop in here for a refit. Because I think it's time to take more torpedoes. We've got the funds for it. And we need to grab more ammunition at some stage. But we'll see how much the torpedoes are going to cost us. It's got the Mark 13s. The Mark 8s. An older war design. Does much more damage, but looks to be much slower. Much heavier as well. The Mark 21 is an acoustic torpedo. Has guidance. Mark 24 is a smaller damage guided torpedo. Only 4,000 damage. You can take those in pairs on each side. And the Mark 27 looks like another homing torpedo. But very expensive. Like out of our budget. We'd have to sell everything on the boat just to put one on. So we'll put the depth charges back on the stern. We'll remove the ones off the side of the boat. And we'll fit Mark 13s all around. So that will limit our submarine killing ability. Should we put the mouse traps back on? No, we don't have enough money. We've got more ammunition at least. So another 8 cases of ammo on the foredeck. Yeah, alright, we better head off to Bologna and investigate what's going on down here. Oh, it's at Bologna. Oh, we've got a destroyer there. That's what it was. This could be our first destroyer fight of the campaign. And we may catch them at dock. Depending on how long they need to refit after that attack and set up the garrison, etc. Or we may catch them just as they're leaving, but I wouldn't like to catch a destroyer on open water. Not yet. We're not experienced in any way against blue water vessels in this campaign. Let's suss them out before we go in there. Well, it's very, very weak garrison, but what looks to... Oh, we got a Fubuki class destroyer, as well as some Kami amphibious tanks, Sokutai motor torpedo boats. This is a boss level. Cue the boss music. Okay, a solitary PT boat. Fitted out. Where is the destroyer? He's not there. He's not at port. We've got a few out on the open. Oh my god, he's underway. URANAMI. Japanese destroyer. Fubuki class. Deadly against a wooden boat if he knows you're there. 5-inch guns. 25mm autocannons. Can't remember what type of torpedo the Fubuki carries. It's possibly long lance. Good chance, long lance. Alright, he's circling. Let's just take a moment to have a look and see, because if we alert them, they're probably all just going to rush us, especially the ones that are actually on the water already underway. He's circling. So what we will do is we will launch a long-range torpedo strike and just Hail Mary shots. So we have a look at his circle rate here. He's turning to starboard, and that's the where he's just come out of now is the peak of his turn, the apex of his turn. And he's turning there. So our port side rear torpedo looks to be in good stead to hit him with a slight adjustment. So what we'll do is, as he makes his way back towards his other turning point, we will fire a torpedo. And timing means that he should have circled back by the time it gets there. Alright. Let's getting ready. Just waiting for him to get further through his course. Fish away. Fish away. Both side fish on the port side are gone. Readjusting. Fish away. Fish away. Now if we time this right, the first one will hit, then the second one will hit, and then he'll circle around and get hit by the third and fourth. It is a Hail Mary, so we're going to put down some smoke between us and him in case he goes live. And we'll put some fire on these stationary boats before they're alerted to our presence. The minute he knows we're there, he's probably going to get us. Oh, we have a fish strike on the stern, starboard side. 1 of 4. We've got another one here on the starboard side underneath the main gun. Will our third torpedo hit? Oh, I can't see through the smoke. I can't tell if it hit. I don't think it did. I think 3 and 4 were a miss. 3 and 4 are a miss. Timing says that he should have hit by now. There, we've got a torpedo trail in the background. I can see it. We've missed with 2 torpedoes. So a 50% strike rate. It was a planned spread, but we didn't have any way of sighting in. So I'm pretty proud of that. 50% from 4 torpedoes is really good. But it didn't sink him. So let's take out these stationary boats. They still don't know we're there. Now they know we're there. Come on, come on. Try and hit these guys as they're circling around a bit harder. We don't want to waste too much ammo. Oh, the destroyer looks like it's coming in off our port bow. We need to put some fire out on him and try and get some lucky hits. Ammunition, we need to be very mindful of ammunition. Oh, the first of the 5-inch shells is coming out. Turn away. Turn away. We want distance between us and him. That gives us way more reaction time to his shots while we deal with his escort. How much damage did we do to him? He's got a fairly substantial list in the starboard side. More pronounced in the aft end of the ship. Shots coming in. Let's kill these guys at anchor before they start up. Riverboats, Sokutai, landing ships. Get rid of them all. Because there isn't much of a garrison on the island itself. These guys have just arrived. Keep moving. We've put smoke between us and the destroyer, so hopefully he won't attack. Oh, it wasn't smoke. I must have pressed the wrong button. So he will still attack. Okay, ammo is at 60%. Don't jump on our decks with those swords. Destroyer is still taking fire. It looks like he's still doing his circle pattern. changing to smoke, putting smoke between us and him. URANAMI will sink today. We are the decider of fates. And these guys got too cocky, taking this port from us. PT-72 is here to save the day. The meat chopper doing its thing. Chopping up all the wooden boats. Putting a barrage of fire on the URANAMI. No telling if it's actually doing damage to him. This is my first destroyer fight. Making sure to keep distance between us and the destroyer. I think we've got new enemies spawning in. Remembering there was a very large garrison, or perhaps these guys just arrived. Hurry up! The ammo is running dry. We might run out of ammo. Whatever we do, we need to keep some ammo for smoke. I'm not running from this guy. But we need to take out his escorts. We can't fight this many boats and concentrate on a large warship at the same time. So we want to keep as much distance away. Because he's a large target, we keep targeting him. He's damage control. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that damage. Did we take out his fore turret? His A turret? It looked suspiciously black. Like it might have taken damage when it got hit by that torpedo. Just trying to weed out all these riverboats, weaving our way towards our quarry. Oh, we are down to the last can of ammo. Okay, at this point, this is where we need bazookas or machine guns. We're out of ammunition. We've got to make these last belts count. Don't shoot the destroyer. Shoot these little guys. The meat chopper has run out of chop. There's not much we can do now. We just have to rely on the smaller weapons. Alrighty, here we come, boys. We're hitting the turret there. I want to hit that rear turret. So, the damage... Whoa! Here come the autocannons. Turn away, turn away, turn away. Poor... Oh, man, look at that bow damage. We've got to keep that out of the water or she's going to swallow water like it's nobody's business. Here come the 5-inch shells. Turn away. Alright, this boss music is suitable. What are we going to do about this with no small arms? No small arms. We've got no ammunition. We've got 2 depth charges. And you know what that means? I'm going to show you a little trick I learned. We're going to use those depth charges in the most unorthodox fashion you've ever seen. Unless, of course, you are a regular of my channel, in which I use this tactic quite often. So we're going to lay down a generous smoke screen, remembering that we only have 4 canisters left. We cannot refill the mortar, so we have to make the most of this screen, putting it between us and him, keeping in mind that he's doing a circle. He's probably Bismarcked. His rudder's probably locked. Putting down the smoke screen, we have to get really close just as he comes around, bow onto us. We're going to slip on his port side, and I'm going to drop a can of dash on this man. We are going to earn these boats the nickname that they had, the Devil Boat. We are going to emerge from the mist and ruin the URANAMI's day. Drop the port side canisters. Starboard away. Oh, his tail flicked us. Oh, he's got us with the rear 5-inch gun. We lost a man overboard. Leo Maitland, the gunner, has taken a serious wound. Is URANAMI down? URANAMI cresting below the waves as the smoke clears. No time for survivors to escape. We've got no ammo, so ramming speed. We're not going to let this little motor torpedo boat stop us from rescuing our men. We've got no way to fight him back. We've got to be super aggressive at the helm. The boys are swimming to the boat. We just got to get them on and run. Otherwise, this is going to be the end of the story of PT-72. The engines can't handle it. We've taken serious damage. She's overheating. Aura Hansen's trying to get the most as she can out of these triple V12 Packard engines. But they've come to a spluttering halt. The Japanese circling, spraying us with their MGs. Fortunately, it's a light caliber, and the men are able to take cover. We need to get the heck out of here. Everyone's on manning manning the battle station. Jesus Christ, damage control. Fire on board. Engine is just carked it. I think we're going to run on one engine now. Starting to sink, listing to starboard. Is this the end for PT-72? Oh, we got the engines. They've roared to life. We're going to make it away. As long as we can keep her healthy. Keep her healthy. The experienced engineers, everyone is on damage control now. Get off the guns. There's no point being there. We've got to keep the health of this boat as paramount. This is our island. And we must keep our island safe. Oh, that was heart-stopping action. That was a boss level if I ever encountered one. And the best part is, we made that happen. We chose to be here. And we made a difference. We took down the URANAMI. Any surviving sailors from that attack, I mean, what was there? 50 boats. Any survivors from the Japanese will talk about that for generations. The day, and yes, I mean the day, that a solitary devil boat emerged from the smoke and took down the URANAMI and her escorts. Alert is at maximum. We need to hightail it out of here. Can PT-72 make it home? We have zeros hot on our tail, no doubt. Join us next time. Commander Tyrael, out.